Hello viewers, my name is Vaidehi and in this video, I'm going to talk about the most discussed term, data science. 4 out of 5 connections I come across in a day either are data scientists or aspiring to be data scientists. Why is the entire corporate industry taken over by just one term, data science? Are we really aware of this terminology? Or while running our rat race, we have just found a new room filled with what people call it as cheese, and everyone is preparing themselves to reach there. Let us now dive into the foundation of this emerging terminology called data science. It all starts with the basic term data. Data is a discrete piece of information usually formatted into a specific way. It is a collection of factual information based on numbers, words, observations, measurements, which can be utilized for calculation, discussions, and reasoning. Once the information is gathered, it can be stored on a database server, Excel file, or CSV file, or on cloud. Information stored in a tabular, organized, and easy-to-read format is called as structured data. Fewer efforts are required to read, understand, and analyze a structured data set. At times, the information or data is to be retrieved from PDF files, web pages, images, sound files, video files, etc. In such cases, it is a two-step process. Extract the data from the source and then clean and process the extracted data into a structured format. To import and structure data, there are various tools available. This process is broadly called as data exploration and data cleaning. Here, I'm going to talk about the capabilities of Python programming language to handle data. First step is to get familiarized with the syntax, shortcuts, and tricks for writing programs using Python. Python implements functional programming methodology and has a huge set of built-in functions to perform various tasks. To learn programming using Python, you can follow my web tutorial series on Python programming. Now that you have gathered the information, the next step is to read, clean, and explore data. Data can be stored into various data structures like lists, arrays, data frames, etc. Lists are built-in data structures in Python, whereas arrays and data frames are part of external libraries such as NumPy and Pandas. Depending on the data source, you can choose an appropriate library to connect with the data source. For example, if you are fetching data from SQL Server, you can use PyMySQL or PyODBC connectors. For Excel files, data can be read using Pandas functions, but to write the data, you need XLS Writer. To read data from sources like images, you need OCR or OpenCV libraries. Python is an open source programming language, which means people can modify the existing libraries or create their own. Even before connecting to data, you must be expertised in the basics of programming language and must have a fair knowledge of frequently used data structures. If the data is structured, you can use Python containers to work on the data. But if the data to be processed are in the form of images or to be accessed from website, you need to massage the data and structure it to an appropriate format to consume. This step is marked as data exploration and preparation, which involves cleaning and manipulating it for further analysis. Once the data is cleaned, visual and statistical analysis can be performed to get more insights into the data. Interpreting stories based on visual and basic statistical analysis is also part of a major step called as EDA, which means exploratory data analysis. Statistical EDA expects sound knowledge of basic statistics involving mean, mode, variance, standard deviation, etc. To infer more insights from your data, advanced statistical methods for decision making such as probability distribution, hypothesis testing, etc. need to be used. You should be aware of the theoretical significance as well as Python implementations for this. This knowledge can earn you a job of data analyst or a statistician. Visual EDA promotes data exploration using visuals such as histograms to understand how data is distributed, box plots to identify outliers, and much more. Python has libraries like matplotlib, seaborn, bokeh to plot elegant charts. Many organizations focus on building appealing and interactive visuals based on the data. The projects focused on data visualization use various BI tools or data visualization tools like Tableau, Power BI, ClickView, etc. Most of these tools expect the data to be in structured format, but they also provide supporting tools to clean and model unstructured data. Expertise in BI tools opens up a new area of opportunity such as business analysts, dashboard designers, reporting analysts. Subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon to get updates about my upcoming tutorials on BI tools. The next mark comes is data modeling. Data modeling is the process of producing a descriptive diagram of relationships between various types of information that are to be stored in the database. It coincides with what we call as machine learning, mostly referred as ML. It is an application of artificial intelligence that provides systems with the ability to automatically learn and improve from experience without being explicitly programmed. The primary aim is to allow the computers to learn automatically without human intervention or assistance and adjust actions accordingly. Machine learning is implemented using various algorithms belonging to two major categories: supervised and unsupervised. Various linear and logistic regression techniques are also part of ML. Using ML, you can perform time series analysis, text mining, etc. Text mining is the process of transforming unstructured text data into meaningful and actionable information. It uses the Natural Language Toolkit, abbreviated as NLTK framework, for manipulating text. It also involves common manipulation needs including regular expressions, cleaning text, and preparing text for use by machine learning processes. It also includes natural language processing, mainly referred as NLP methods, to convert to text and demonstrate how text classification is accomplished. To become an expert in NLP, you should be good at Python basics as well as ML concepts. This knowledge can earn you a job title of data scientist. You can get profound in the field of data science using deep learning algorithms. Deep learning is a subfield of machine learning concerned with algorithms inspired by the structure and function of the brain called artificial neural networks. Deep learning is a combination of neural networks implemented using TensorFlow and Keras libraries, importing data using image processing, text processing using NLP, etc. The experts in these technologies are called machine learning scientists. If you are familiar with the role of data scientist, then you must have heard another term called data engineer. Let me introduce here a small difference between data engineer and data scientist. Data engineers process large amounts of scattered data and set up clusters of machines to do the computing. The major tasks performed by a data engineer are to develop scalable architecture, streamline data acquisition, setting up processes that bring data together from several sources, safeguarding data quality by cleaning corrupt data, and much more. A data engineer should have a deep understanding of cloud technology, should have experience in cloud service providers like AWS, Azure, or Google Cloud. They must have hands-on experience in Spark, Scala, ETL tools, and databases like MongoDB. Knowledge of big data frameworks like Hadoop has an added advantage for a data engineer. Whereas a data scientist is bound to cleaning data by removing statistical outliers, mining for patterns in data, applying statistical models on large data sets, building predictive models using machine learning, developing tools to monitor essential business processes, etc. A good data scientist is one who can communicate his findings clearly to others. Data scientists' career aren't just limited to tech companies. Almost every company is turning to data science to better understand how to build products, serve customers, and leverage new opportunities. Be it prediction of sales at coffee shop, cluster products in an online store, determine who's likely to win in election, or mine health data from physiological sensors like Fitbit. So viewers, let me tell you, data science is not something you can learn in 5 months or 10 months duration and start earning massive payroll. But rather, it's a process which starts with getting right domain knowledge, expertise in basic tools, and exploring various flavors in your data. So what are you waiting for? Start your journey today.